Every family knows the frustration of a mismatched house at night. You have teenagers sitting wide awake at 2 in the morning, grandparents clattering around the kitchen at 5 a.m., and the restless light sleepers who wake up 3 or 4 times in between. You might view this as a failure of household discipline, but all that messy, mismatched restlessness is a stubborn biological trait that actively resists our modern attempts to synchronize. That modern domestic nuisance is actually a remnant of an ancient survival strategy. The fact that humans cannot agree on a bedtime kept our ancestors alive. Picture the ancestral bedroom. It was, generously speaking, a shallow cave or a slightly less windy spot under a rock. There were no doors, no locks, no walls, and absolutely zero ambient light. Out in that darkness were predators that specifically hunted when the sun went down. Going to sleep meant becoming entirely vulnerable. Surviving the night required someone to keep their eyes open and watch the perimeter. But early humans had no concept of hourly wages, no group chats, and no managers to enforce a schedule. Filling an all-night, uncompensated security shift was an impossible logistical problem. We did not survive because a prehistoric leader invented the military watch roster. We survived because evolution made our sleep cycles spectacularly uncoordinated. To understand how this works, scientists traveled to Tanzania to study the Hadza. They are one of the last groups of people on Earth living a hunter-gatherer lifestyle, offering a direct window into how early humans slept. Researchers strapped tiny movement trackers to 33 adults in the group, ranging in age from 20 to 60. They recorded every minute of their physical activity for 20 consecutive days. This animated calendar graphic plots the sleep data across that entire study. Out of over 200 total hours of observation, there were exactly 18 minutes where the whole group was fully unconscious at the exact same time. But when you look at the remaining 99.8% of the chart, you see scattered alert markers. Without a single meeting or plan, at least one person in the tribe was actively awake or lightly dozing, essentially all night long. By simply sleeping terribly by our modern standards, the group accidentally operated a flawless, self-sustaining security system. Scientists call this the sentinel hypothesis. In a group of animals sleeping together, built-in biological restlessness ensures that at least one set of eyes remains open to guard the rest. Every annoying sleep habit plays a specific chronological role. Take the older generation. They often fall asleep early and wake up hours before sunrise. That poorly sleeping grandparent covers the dangerous dawn patrol, sitting awake exactly when predators do their final sweeps of the morning. Then there is the teenager, completely useless at dawn, but entirely wired at 2 in the morning. Their biological night owl wiring effortlessly bridges the most vulnerable dead-of-night gap while the older adults are heavily asleep. Average light sleepers patch the remaining gaps in the schedule. They act as biological motion sensors, naturally waking up to do a quick auditory scan of the environment before drifting back off. These micro-wakings are physically tied to the lighter stages of sleep. The body schedules its perimeter checks for the moments when waking up costs the least amount of energy. This Gantt chart maps those individual quirks together. The teenager takes the late block, the grandparent covers the early block, and light sleepers fill the middle. These disjointed habits interlock perfectly to form a solid 24-hour wall of coverage. If early humans had successfully achieved the modern expectation of an 8-hour synchronized sleep shift, the chart looks like this. A massive, undefended gap opens up in the middle of the night. Our ancestors' total inability to agree on when to go to bed was the ultimate division of labor. We now view these ancient, life-saving biological rhythms entirely backwards. We treat early waking as a problem to be medicated, we scold teens for their late hours, and we panic over our own restless nights. Your brain still expects an open cave, so it nudges you awake to listen for threats. The system works perfectly, except today the perimeter is your bedroom, and the approaching predator is just your refrigerator humming. You are not a bad sleeper. You are simply an off-duty guard whose internal alarm is running flawlessly on obsolete programming. Waking up at 3 in the morning and staring at the ceiling is an inherited Stone Age badge of honor, passed down through millions of years of survivors. The next time you argue about the family schedule, appreciate the mismatched crew you live with. Thank the early riser on dawn patrol, and salute the teenager holding down the graveyard shift. There is no normal sleeper. We are all just members of a wonderfully chaotic ancient system, still quietly keeping watch in the dark.